Hi guys, welcome to Rootstem, and in this video we're going to go through prepping your heroes for Blackstone Fortress. Hello there guys, thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button if you do like this video and you want to see more. In today's vid we're going to be basically looking at the heroes from Blackstone, and we're going to be prepping them for use. Now, I'll be honest, it's a bit awkward trying to get these prepped properly because you end up with a boatload of red. If you can see the underside of that one, you still sometimes get some red. So I sprayed these Chaos Black. This is the base coat that I'm going with. We're going to try and get through them quickly. I'm going to be doing them one at a time for the rest of the video, but this video is all about prepping. I do advise that you're really careful with these. I mean, that's snapped already and I've had to try and repair it. So being apologies, incredibly careful with these particular figures. I've not got coronavirus. And what I'm going to be doing now is to kind of sort out which ones I'm going to be doing a lighter colour, which ones are going to be doing a darker colour. We're going to be looking at possibly using Mechanica Standard Grey and a Grey Seer, mainly just to try and quicken up some of the process, maybe even a little bit of white, just to try and, again, quicken up some processes. So, before we do any of that, what I think you should do is get yourself some Abaddon Black. That's air. I'll get the normal Abaddon Black out. And then we go with a brush and we basically tidy up any of these red parts. So I've painted up, tried to get rid of a lot of the red as best as I possibly can. I'm now going to allocate where or what undercoat these guys are going to have. Now, I do think that I might do this guy's going to be purple. So I'm probably going to do a Mechanica Standard Grey, kind of like an overbrush, like a Zenithal highlight on that. So he's going to be Mechanica Standard Grey. I'm going to do a bit more of a heavy Mechanica Standard Grey on this lad. So them two are going to be Mechanica Standard. Now I didn't know whether to do this lady Mechanica Standard Grey. I mean, I thought no. I kind of just want to keep that as black as I possibly can. I like the idea that all the robes are pretty much black. And then there's certain elements that are going to be stark colour, so like her face and the flames. So we're going to keep that one black, so put that to one side. This fella, of course, is going to be like a cream-like robe, so he's going to need to be light. He's going to need to have a highlight of Grey Seer. Quite a heavy dose of Grey Seer. I think I'm going to heavily dose. Although I don't know, I mean, I think I'll Zenithal highlight that one with the Grey Seer just to try and help out some of the contrast paints that I'm possibly going to be using. I think I'll do the same thing with the Kroot Warrior. Those are kind of figures that I'm not really, maybe I will with other priests, but those are figures I'm not really going to be using in any of my armies. The Zealot I probably will be, and some of these other ones I will, which is why I've based them like I would normally base a lot of my armies. The reason for this is so that I can use them in my Imperial Guard if need be. And then Remus and Rhaim, them two are going to be painted up in my Steel Legion colours, which does require it to be black, so I'm going to keep them off as well. And of course, lovely Eldar. I'm going to try and make sure that this is quite a bright colour. So again, we'll be using some Grey Seer, maybe a little white. Right, so I've done the spraying. Not doing it on camera because last time I did it on camera, it didn't look right. So we've got as black guys. We've got the Spirit Seer, and then we've got the Zenithal highlights. That one is pretty much nearly all Mechanica Standard Grey, but it is got some sort of shading to it. And if you can see from there, that is it's got a light dusting of Mechanica Standard Grey, just so we can get it again, just like another Zenithal highlight. Now these guys, I actually did these with the airbrush, simply because I was running out of Grey Seer spray can, and I thought, right, okay, I'm just gonna do these with the airbrush. So I just put the Grey Seer through the airbrush. Didn't have to give it a bit of cleaning. I'm probably gonna have to do that properly in a minute. But with this one, I've tried to avoid anything but the cloak, because we're going to be painting out green with the airbrush, and then of course it's going to ruin the rest of the legs and armour, which we're then going to just paint with grey in and paint with white. This is so we're doing this so we can get all these done quick. So we're going to be doing, I think I've mentioned it before, sometimes where if you do it quick, you've just got to have one or two things that are done really well, and that elevates the level of the actual model. So either like the whole overall the whole army or the armour, as long as you get a little couple of things, then you tend to be fine. Now I'm going to be using a lot of airbrush work. I am going to be using contrast paints, and sometimes I'm going to be using contrast paints through the airbrush. So make sure that you got the right equipment. This is not really going to be like what I did with the bad guys. When I did the bad guys, you could either use the airbrush or you could use just use standard paint or dry brush techniques. A lot of this I think is going to be airbrush, and then of course it's going to be contrasted up. We are going to start with this chap when the first video hits. This is just like a prelude to the actual rest of the video. So we are going to start with the Rogue Trader. He's primarily going to be nearly all airbrush, if I'm perfectly honest. And then of course we'll do the rest. I think these two are going to be the most obscure. They're not going to look anything like their counterparts in the actual book, simply because they're going to look like they're part of my Imperial Guard army. Right. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button to see more. And it shouldn't be long before I've actually got some of the videos out regarding these characters. So we should be soon. We should be finished with a full set. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you next time.